Back at it, Voltron fans. This is going to be fun. Today we put together the whole team. First, a call to action.
We're going to need the yellow lion, Hunt. Yellow lion, play for the new action. Green lion, armed for battle. Princess, we're a team, and we really need you. Red lion, all systems go.
So this is just a quick recap of all the lines from the classic 84 Playmates Voltron line. So if you've made it this far into the review and you want to know whether this toy line is worth it, it absolutely is. It's been a lot of fun playing with the lions and having this nostalgia, and then as well, of course, forming Voltron. So today we'll take a deeper look, and hopefully you enjoy.
You came through when we needed you.
So welcome back, Voltron fans. Today we review Playmates Classic 84 Voltron. First we'll take a look at the Black Lion, and then we'll form Voltron. Voltron, Defender of the Universe. So this review has been a long time coming, and it makes it totally worth it seeing the whole team together like this. So here's a quick look at Black Lion in package. It has the fully formed 16-inch Voltron, the same nostalgic artwork from 1984, and it has 60 phrases and sound effects, which is awesome, and I've used those sound effects and phrases throughout the review. Not all of them, but just some of them in case you haven't noticed. Here's a look at the back of the box, and as you can see, it shows how to form Voltron now that you have the main body. The fully formed Voltron again, a quick description, and then it has a bit of Keith's description, which is awesome. So taking a look at Black Lion out of the box, he's nice and big and beefy and chunky, like he should be for the main body. He does make sound effects, like I said earlier. He's got a button on the side, and if you can see on the top of the figure, he's got a little on and off switch, so you can turn it on or off as you like, as you enjoy. Because of his size, it was easy to do shots of him flying. Just he's so big, and it was easy to put the camera behind him and kind of mess around. The figure has a really solid feel. Everything stays in place. The joints are very strong, and we'll go over the articulation in a moment. But as you can see, this pose, and looking at him at 360, he just stays really strong. His head sculpt looks really good. I think the proportions of the figure came out so nice. So taking a look at Black Lion's articulation, everything is nice. It's all on ratchet joints. It should be to stay strong for the final form. But his elbows, his ankles, all feel very, very solid. His back leg is really, really strong. This is a very nicely articulated Black Lion.
Come on, team. Let's get out of here fast.
As you pose Black Lion, you can feel it stay solid in whatever position you put him in. His tail goes up and down. The wings on the back are articulated, actually really nicely. They're really nice the way that they tucked it in, and you're able to unfold and move it around. He's just a really solid piece. So due to transformation, Black Lion's mouth opens and closes really well. As you can see here, the faceplate is tucked up in the roof of the mouth. but the mouth can stay. It's actually really nice and strong. I wish all the lions could do that. There's a nice rotation. The horns come out due to transformation as well. His arms have doors that open for the legs to collapse in to form the main body, and it's very sturdy, really strong, as you can see here. As you tuck the arm in and close the door down, it closes securely. Here's a quick comparison with the Soul of Chogokin Black Lion. So unfortunately, the Playmates Black Lion didn't come with any accessories, no weapons, no mouth blade, no side, shoulder, cannons. But that's okay. It has the sound effects and the lights, gimmicks, and still nice. I mean, it would have been nice to have the blade, but it's okay. Especially when you see Voltron. But it also still, as well, has the similar technology. You have the rocket in the mouth on Soul Chogokin Lion and on the Playmates Lion. I thought that was cool, attention to detail. And it's nice because they work similar. So here they are side by side, so you can kind of get a better size comparison. Of course, the Soul Chogokin Lion has more articulation. It can actually sit down. The Playmates Lion can't. But again, it's got other features that the Soul Chogokin Lion doesn't have. So usually I do this comparison indoors, but Black Lion from Playmates is so big, I needed a bigger space, so I did it outside. So if you're wondering why Soul of Chogokin is in the grass outside, that's why. Plus it's fun, so there you go. So here's a quick comparison with Solgaleo and Starscream, Voyager class Starscream, just to see how it fits with other figures scale-wise. And of course, here is Black Lion with some of his other lions and a deluxe class Titan Master. Here's one last look at Black Lion and the whole team before we put them all together to form Voltron.
The galaxy is about to be secure. Form Voltron! Ready to form Voltron. Activate interlocks. Dynatherms connected. Infracells up. Mega thrusters are go. Form feet and legs. Form arms and body, and I'll form the head. Voltron! We're ready. Form blazing sword.
So here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the fully formed Voltron, all 5 lions put together. And I really like this figure. This toy is a lot of fun. Besides that, I think it looks really good. I love the size. He's really big. I mean, he's over 16 inches. And the look, I think they got it just right. I think this is the first time that we have a classic 84 Voltron that is affordable, that stays together well, that feels solid, and comes with some accessories. He has a shield and his sword, of course. But I know that there are other high-end Voltrons, and I feel like this one is a toy that you can play with. And honestly, I've been really hard on this thing. I've banged it up quite a bit and stayed together. So one of the coolest things about this toy is that the Black Lion has little sensors, little buttons on the legs and in the shoulders that sense when you add each lion to the main body. Once you've added all the lions, it actually goes into the speech from the classic show, the speech that I used during the stop motion forming Voltron. And that's been one gimmick about this toy that's been a lot of fun, because the more that you move it around, each limb will also make other noises and sounds, and I think that's a lot of fun for kids, and as an adult, it brings back memories of the old show and how cheesy those voices were. It just really ups the fun factor and again the nostalgia of 1984 Voltron.
Ready to form Voltron. Activate.
So going over his articulation, he has nice articulation throughout the whole figure. His arms are nicely articulated. He's got an interesting shoulder joint there. As you can see, it separates from the actual body. But the arms are the same articulation as the lions, so a nice rotation in the middle. The hand can also rotate. The mouth can open. I didn't actually demonstrate it here. You can watch the other reviews for that, but it also snaps shut. And there's that shoulder joint I was talking about a minute ago. It kind of separates, but that's okay. I think it still keeps the figure nice and solid, and that's the point. It keeps it sturdy, so not a big deal. His head is also nicely articulated. It can turn really well side to side, up and down due to transformation. And I love the neck part that actually can go down into the Black Lion's body. I think that's a design choice from Soul Chigoken as well. Unfortunately, the waist can't pivot because of the speaker, but the legs are nicely articulated. The ratchet joints from Black Lion do a nice job holding everything together. He is a bit top heavy, but that's okay. I mean, if you get the balance points right, he's fine. I just think overall the articulation is great. You can do the blazing sword, you just can't do it as close as you like. You do have to kind of squeeze his arms, and he won't stay like that, but you can pull it off. So I thought that was kind of fun. As well, I really like the light gimmick in the chest. I think that it's cool that whenever you are playing with a toy and you activate any sounds, the light comes on and it looks nice. As for the proportions of Voltron and the contrast of the colors with all the lions combined, I just think they did this so well. It really, really looks nice all combined. I wish there was a bit more silver from Black Lion's main body on the other lions, but I understand why. This again is more of a toy, so the sheen that's in the middle center, or the center of his body, looks really, really nice. The flat gray is again because it's a toy, and I would imagine this gets banged up quite a bit, and it will still look nice. So I just think they did a really nice job with this Voltron. It looks really clean. It's right on. Comparing this Voltron with the Soul of Chigoken Voltron, you can see the size difference right away. You can also see the sheen of the Soul of Chigoken because of the die-cast metal and the fancy paint job. That's, you know, it is a much higher-end Voltron, but proportion-wise, I think they're pretty equal. Comparing the blazing sword, Soul Chigoken's is much bigger. It's pointier, sharper, shinier. You know, the Playmates one is a flat plastic, or flat gray plastic, and not quite as long or sharp or pointy, but it's for kids, it's a toy. So Soul Chigoken, of course, they can make something a little bit more for collectors, more of an art piece that will sit on a shelf. But I'm always really careful with the Soul Chigoken one, and it's nice to not have to be so careful with the Playmates Voltron. I don't feel like I'm going to ruin the sword.
They'll soon be defeated by Voltron, defender of the universe. The galaxy is about to be secure.
So the scale of Voltron and this Voyager class Starscream may be a little bit off, but I actually really enjoyed this. I actually think that for the modern Voltron, it's much closer to being in scale with each other, and I think that's kind of fun. So comparing a deluxe class Titan Master figure to the Playmates Voltron, I still think that this scale is even off as well. I think the correct scale for this size Voltron is the Legends class, but that's still pretty cool because you have the right scale. So one more mention on the Soul Chigoken Voltron. Because the legs are die-cast, it stands up really securely. I mean, it's really strong. It's got some weight to it. The Playmates line, it's a bit top-heavy, so that little detail on the Soul of Chigoken one really makes quite a difference. It actually makes it really easy to stand.
Voltron, Defender of the Universe.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned this, but fully formed Voltron can fly.
Robies coming in! Fire laser!
So on to our final battle, comparison with Transformers Devastator. And as you can see, Devastator is taller than Voltron. But I think this is awesome because I couldn't find anything bigger.
Let's put him out of business! Hey, save some action for me!
So thumbs up to Playmates 1984 classic Voltron figures. I think this line is great. I had a lot of fun reviewing it. I think the stop motion was actually easier to accomplish because the lines were so sturdy. This was a lot of fun to make.
Lance, form blazing sword! You got it, Keith!
So again, the nostalgia of the figure, the correct proportions, the solid feeling, the gimmicks. I just think that Playmates did a really good job with this offering for Voltron fans. And I think it's the best Voltron that's affordable and accessible that has been offered to us and maybe ever. So there it is, Voltron fans. The complete Voltron Defender of the Universe by Playmates. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay tuned, Voltron fans. I have a lot more to come. And I'll look forward to seeing you in the next one.